it's Summer, and today is a well-needed book review. I hope you guys like today's video, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you get notified whenever I post. Without further ado, let's get on into today's video. So today's video is a book review. And I just want to say before we get started that if you guys have not watched my last one, go watch that one before you watch this one, because I will be giving a review on one of the books that I previously gave, just a little segment on. I don't think it's in the last one. I think it's in the book review before the last one. So make sure you watch those two before you watch this one. So the book that I forgot to give you guys a review was actually like hidden somewhere when I did my last book review, which is why I didn't get to review it or completely forgot about it. And it was hidden because I don't recommend it. I don't like the book. But here's the book that I'm talking about. It's Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Besides its beautiful blue color, it's not the book for me. Let's just get into it. So my rating, I don't remember what I rated it on Instagram. Also, if you guys want, just a shortened version of my reviews before they actually come out on YouTube, then you can go follow my Instagram. It should be right here. And look under the highlight tab, books, and it should be under there. But I gave this book, in case I don't remember, I gave this book a 4 out of 10, 4 or 5 out of 10. And let's get into why. So a lot of people I saw around, and a lot of people, I mean a very good amount of people have recommended this book around, saying that, oh my gosh, everyone needs to read it, I love this book, yada yada yada. And that was really my main reasoning for buying this book, as well as it being blue. But when I got to reading it, I really was so excited for this book. I really was. The first chapter was very intriguing. I liked it, and then it started getting into it. And my first reasoning as to why I don't like this book is there's a lot of parts that just absolutely do not make sense. This book overall gives me Wattpad vibes, and a lot of people have said that. I saw some reviews on this book and they said this gives Wattpad vibes, and I absolutely agree, because it's not the settings, the conflict, just the overall, it gave very not well written out, in my opinion, you guys, in my opinion. Sorry about my voice. If I sound stuffy, it's because I'm getting over a cold. Have no idea why Miles really liked Tate. I don't know if I'm the only one, but as the as the book finished, was coming to a closing, he never gave a good enough reason, or hardly a reason at all, as to why he was attracted to Tate, or why he really liked her, or even loved her, because they got married at the end. Spoiler. It just felt, also the ending felt a bit rushed. The ending especially gave me very much Wattpad vibes, because it was rushed, I feel like, and it almost was unnecessary. I would say it was unnecessary. In my opinion, they didn't need to get married. They hadn't known each other for very long, number one. Number two, she never gave a reasoning as to why she liked him as well. It just gave I don't know, she was more so, I feel like it was lust. I feel like it was mainly lust. She was just, for some reason, really attracted to him. And even in the beginning when they first met each other, she wasn't that attracted to him. So I'm just trying to figure out, where is this overflowing affection and lust? Like, where did that come from, girly? Because when you first met him, you were like, oh, he's okay, you know, his eyes are cute, he's tall, I guess. And then you figured out that she finally, you know, she just saw how he was, his temper and his, like, she saw how he was, and for some reason she still had affection and she still just liked him so much. And that's what really got to me. Like, he's never been he hasn't been in a serious relationship in years, and they decided to just make it a friends with benefits situation. But then she caught feelings, which was inevitable because she liked him and had feelings for him in the beginning. However, she was like, I'm just gonna push them aside. And that was really, I was silently screaming there, because you know good and well you're gonna catch feelings. Why are you, Tate girl, my girl Tate, why are you lying to yourself? Essentially, she just kept lying to herself. She was really pitiful through the whole thing. I just kept pitying her because she was making some really dumb decisions herself, that she wasn't looking for a relationship, because she just got out, well, not just got out of, but got out of a, I don't know how long her other relationship was. It was how long, you guys, y'all know, actually y'all don't, because y'all watching this for a reason. But she had just got out of a, not just, but had got out of a relationship, and it was like 2 years, I think, or longer. But she was mainly focusing on her job. She's a nurse. Was she a nurse, y'all? She's a nurse, or she was doing an interning job to become a nurse at the hospital. Was my tablet there? But he was a pilot. He was a pilot, as well as her brother, who she was staying with, and she caught feelings for him. And you know, in the first couple of chapters, I could see the direction in which the book was going, and her feelings, and him and her, you know, you could see which direction it was going in. But I just had hoped it wouldn't go in that direction, because she had feelings for him and he wasn't looking for anything serious, and she was just very pitiful and delusional about the whole situation. And he even was saying sorry, you know, sorry for making you feel this way, when in reality, she's doing this to yourself. Like, Tate, you're doing this to yourself. You know what it is and what it was gonna be. But a part of the book that was just really bogus, yes, bogus, we're saying different words now. One part of the book that was just absolutely bogus and kind of just shocking, in a sense that it was not needed and made absolutely no sense to me, was when Miles went back to his ex's place. He found his ex where she lived, and him and his ex, they actually had a child. The child didn't end up living. Well, the child lived, but it ended up dying. And that was one of the reasonings as to why he hadn't been in a relationship in a really long time, and he only did like one-night stands and stuff like that. So he found his exes where she lives and found out that She had moved on. She had a boyfriend. I think he was her husband, but they had a child. She just had a child, and he kind of had like a therapy session that when he should have actually been going to therapy. Like, your ex is not therapy. She's not a therapist. That's really what blew my mind. But he went to her and they had a little chit chat, more than a chit chat. They just talked about, you know, when they were together, and he was asking her how did she love again, and she showed him that she actually had another child after, you know, the heartbreak, and after them losing her child, she finally has another one, and she's healed, and she had another baby, you know. And he was like, how did you have another baby? And he was crying. She was crying, and she was, you know, holding him, and she told him that you have to heal, and, you know, you can only assume. He left, and all of a sudden he's healed. All of a sudden he's healed, and he can love again, and all of a sudden he's healed and he can love again, and he goes back, and finally, after pushing his feelings aside for Tate, he tells her he loves her, and they become a couple. And I feel like this book it went by a little after, you know, he realized he had feelings for her, which is I'm gonna push that aside for a few minutes. This book felt like it was a bit rushed. Like, it was very you know, I don't know what the sound effects are for, but it just felt rushed at the end. It wasn't enjoyable. That's all I can say. We're gonna get back on that topic that I just pushed away. I'm still very confused after this book, because he said he wasn't serious, wasn't looking for a relationship. Same with Tate, but he was very nonchalant about the whole situation, the whole friends with benefits sitch. The whole time, even they had Tate's point of view sometimes and Miles' point of view. Even during his point of view, it didn't seem like he really liked her. You know, it seemed like he was just fine with the friends with benefits situation that was currently being had. And when they got down to the nitty gritty, you know, of him somewhat, I guess, falling for her, or finally having feelings, or opening his heart to love again, it still didn't give. It still seemed like he was the same. Like, it seemed as if he pushed himself to have feelings more than what it seemed like he was forcing his feelings. It did. It seemed, because he didn't give a real reasoning. This is what I think it is. He felt bad that she fell in love with him, and she wanted something more than what they currently agreed upon. And he felt bad. He felt really bad about it. And not only that, is Tate was his friend's sister. So he felt like, you know, he probably felt like, you know, if I just keep doing this arrangement and she keeps, you know, being really hurt, my friend, he's gonna be really upset. You know, you broke my sister's heart. I'm speaking truth right now. He did not have feelings for her. He's lying. And he married her, and they got married. They're gonna get divorced. I know this is fictional. She said this was based upon, let me look. She said for my two very best friends who also happen to be my sisters, Lynn and Murphy. I've never heard of a girl named Murphy. That's crazy. So I don't know what that is about. I don't know what that is about, but they gonna get divorced in like, would I give it 5 years? 5 years. They gonna get divorced in 5 years, even though it's fictional, you know, it's not real, but they're gonna get divorced because he did not love her. You're polite, but he married her. That doesn't mean anything. He did not love her. That's all I got to say. He did not love her. He forced those feelings on himself. She forced those feelings on him because she had feelings. It was very. Anyway, I do not recommend this book. It's very Wattpad-like. If you're, and it was very much based upon lust and just lust. So maybe if you're young, you might like this book because it gives into the fantasy, and this is stuff that just, it's just not, I can't. Maybe if you're young, you might like this book, but I wouldn't recommend it to people that are young. So overall, just don't buy the book. She has better books. Like it ends with us is a really good. Well, I have mixed feelings now about that book because it ends with us is by Colleen Hoover is way better than this one. That's all I got to say. Do not read this book. I do not recommend this book. You guys can go look at my other review on Insta. You can tell that I did not like this book. And everyone who recommended it needs help. Okay, on to the next. This is the next book that I've been telling you guys about, The Fall of Princes by I almost said Roderick again. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember my other book review where I kept saying Roderick? I almost said it again. Robert Goldrick, child. I actually gave up on this book like 2-3 days ago. I was on chapter, let me look, child. I wasn't on chapter 7. I was past chapter 7, child. I was on chapter 11. It's the end of January. I wanted to get done with this before the end of January. I'm practically done. It's only 24 chapters. I'm on chapter 11. I could not put myself through the torture anymore, so I gave up. Usually I don't like giving up, you know, things that I start. Being is an absolute bore. All of the boring parts overtook the minimal interesting parts of this book. Like I said, it's more like a biography-ish type book, which I don't like. I don't like biographies. They are very much bore to me. They are very much a bore. So I don't ever get biographies unless, like I said, my last book review is like a biography of like BTS. I would buy that and I would read it to the T. Probably be done with it in a week. But it's a very boring book. I do not recommend unless you like biography type books. It's quite boring. I can tell it was wrote by someone who's mature. Not even mature, no. I can tell it was written by someone who was aged. I don't know what that means. Anyway, the book I told you guys I bought in my latest book review. Go watch it before you watch this one. This is One of Us is Lying by I almost say M.L. Stedman. Karen M. McManus, please. Karen M. McManus. I started reading this. I've been wanting to read this ever since I got it. But I was reading that boring book and I just couldn't put myself through the torture anymore. So I hurry up and picked this one up and immediately started reading it. I'm on chapter, let me look. Sorry, I forgot already. I'm on chapter 5. Chapter 5 already. It's been like 2 days. And I'm already on chapter 5. It's so good already, you guys. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Let me read I'm gonna read the tension and you might solve this. On a Monday afternoon, 5 students at Bayview High walk into detention. Bronwyn, the brain, is a Yale-bound and never breaks a rule. Addie, the beauty, is a picture-perfect homecoming princess. Nate, the criminal, is already on probation for dealing. Cooper, the athlete, is the all-star baseball pitcher. And Simon, the outcast, is a creator of Bayview High's notorious gossip app. Only Simon never makes it out of that classroom. Before the end of detention, Simon's dead. And according to investigators, his death wasn't an accident. On Monday, he died, but on Tuesday, he planned to post juicy gossip. Why do I keep saying gossip? Juicy reveals about all 4 of his high-profile classmates, which make all 4 of them suspects in his murder. Or are they just perfect patsies for a killer who's still on the loose? Everyone has secrets, right? What really matters is how far you would go to protect them. Okay, I forgot about that because I've been reading and it just, it gives, you know? But this book is so good already. I'll tell you guys my favorite characters. My favorite 2 characters are Nate and Rowan already because they seem like they're going to be a couple soon. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about the investigation or what's going on so far. So I'm on chapter 5 and Simon is already dead. Okay. Who I find suspicious is Abby. I find her very suspicious because when the police were asking questions, she was looking very suspect according to Cooper, because it was Cooper's point of view when I was reading. So Abby's a little she's a little suspect right now. I'm suspecting her. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you really liked it. I wanted to get this this book review out to you guys before I give you guys these vlogs. I hope you're looking forward to it. Please stay tuned. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever I post, okay? Sorry about my voice today. Trying to get over a cold, but in the vlogs to come my voice will be, you know, back to normal. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in a week. Bye. I love you. God loves you. 再见。